Hi, today we have one for runs rough when cold. We want, if it's under say 60 degrees, especially 50 degrees and under, you want to check your glow plugs. That, of course, that can common to cause a problem. We don't have too much of it with the 6.0, but make sure you check that. We're in the 70s here, so I'm not going to worry about that. Also, you want to smell your fuel. Open your gas cap up, make sure, or your fuel cap, make sure it doesn't smell of gasoline. Just don't overlook that one, because sometimes that does happen. That can trick you. So let's say the fuel's good. We don't worry about the ambient temperature. It's good, so we're not going to be concerned about the glow plugs. Now we're going to go ahead and check it. We can do almost all of our checks if you have an IDS scan tool without even opening your hood. So the first thing that I like to go to is when you've got it running rough, we'll go to the data logger. We'll pull up the some PIDs to monitor. The main ones we want to look for. Here I'm waiting for it to go ahead and communicate. I don't worry about all of them. The main ones I want to look for is the FICM, FICM sync, FICM power, and my injection pressure. I want to make sure all that stuff's in specs. So we'll go ahead and pull it up. Right now we've got a FICM at 49.5. We have our logic power and our supply power. They're both good at battery voltage. ICP is injection control pressure. It's roughly reading as far as our pressure, barometric pressure, reading here 10 psi and also 1/4 volt. That's what we normally see, somewhere about 1/4 volt. So I'm going to do two things. One, I'm going to start it up, watch my FICM voltage, and also verify that it's running rough. So there we go. Okay, I can hear that it's running rough, and my FICM voltage stays good. Don't ever just check your FICM voltage at an idle. Give it a little bit of throttle. And that's actually really good. We want it to be, specs is above 45 volts. So we're good there. Now the next thing that we want to check would be, well, let's verify which cylinders are missing. So with the IDS, makes it nice. We can actually watch the pulses in between the cylinders. So we'll go ahead and communicate here, do what it says. I'm going to fire it up. And now we can see number 5 is really down, but there's a mode here on the IDS where we turn it on, and it's not compensating for any weak cylinder. Everybody has the same amount of fuel, so now every injector given the same amount of fuel, we can see how much each one's contributing. And here we have the firing order, 1, 2, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8, and we can see that 5's just about dead, and then we also have number 7 and number 3 down. So now at least we know which cylinders we're after. The other tests I would want to do here, there's a few other ones that we'll do. One, we want to make sure that our cylinders, as far as electronically, that they're able to be controlled so we don't have a circuit issue. So we'll go with self-test. We'll turn it on, we'll get the engine, then we do key on, engine off, injector, electrical self-test. Turn it on, do what it says, and we'll let it go ahead and what it's doing now, it's controlling the computer's controlling the solenoids. It's switching them back and forth, making sure that it's able to control the solenoids and injectors, which supplies the oil that pushes the fuel in, because you use high pressure oil to push the fuel into these engines. So right now it's checking the circuitry all the way from the injectors back to the fuel injector control module and to the PCM, making sure everything communicates and it all works good. If we have a circuit problem, then we know we need to look there. And if we don't have a circuit problem, we have a sticking injector, which is very common on the 6.0. So we'll go ahead and complete this test. It takes a few minutes, because it actually cycles each injector 3 times. It'll command it one way, then back, then again. So we'll go ahead and let this finish doing here. Okay, it actually has a fail because of PCM, because of low voltage. So we need to retest that one or see what's up. Also, another one we can do here, I'm going to try to do it, see if the voltage stays up, is a relative compression. We can see if we have a base engine problem. So let's see. Okay, it actually thinks it has enough voltage, so we're going to try it. Now what it's doing here, it can check on the amp draw, and also again it's checking the pulses in between the cylinders, and it can tell if it has a weak cylinder. Another good thing, even though the computer's checking it, just use your ears. You can listen to the motor, it sounds consistent, so it's not going to be a problem. And there we have, it's done as far as they call it relative compression, because it's checked the cylinders against each other, as far as the time in between the pulses of the crank. So the computer can tell. This is what's nice about having the proper scan tool. So I'm going to go ahead and recheck my key on engine off injector electrical self-test. But again, it's so common to have the injectors give you a problem on these. I'm sure that's what it's going to be. But I just wanted to let you guys see how, if you have the proper tools, how you can diagnose, pretty much do a whole complete diagnosis with this without even raising the hood.